Currently I am teaching over at a school just over there in Bayfield, and I'm teaching middle school social studies. I think what's important in all of this is, and what I teach is about rights. I think that's what makes us important as human beings, and not only human beings but Americans. If we had to define ourselves in any way, we would say that the rights define us. We have rights, freedoms, and liberties that make us unique in the world, and I think that's something that that we really treasure. Our rights are guaranteed in the Constitution, and they're so important that we keep them right up there, the 10 Amendments. Of course, we've got 27 or something like that now, but that's something that makes us who we are. The Ojibwe also have rights. They're called treaty rights, and that makes them who they are as well. They sold the lands that they were living on, and they traded the land for annuities, some annual payments, but also they maintained their usufructory rights, the right to hunt, fish, and gather on the ceded territory, which means that the lands that they had sold, that they would be able to hunt, fish, and gather the animals and plants for their lifetime. And when you think about it, those rights make them who they are. That is part of them. That's the culture. And just as we have certain rights and liberties as an American, they also have those treaty rights that make them who they are. Now, jump forward to the proposed taconite mine, and the mine, which would basically systematically demolish, blow up with lots of chemicals, blow up and reduce that once beautiful mountain to rubble and pulverize it so that they can extract a metallic iron ore, low grade, called taconite. They in turn would put the used rock, the rubble, and overburden, everything that's above the ore, which is way down there, they would put that off the side. And the problem there is that not only do you just reduce a previously wonderful mountain to rubble, but that those pulverized tailings, which were down in the ground, now are exposed to air and water. And the worry is that the rain, which always happens, you know, it precipitates, rain, snows, would leach heavy metals and sulfites and arsenic and asbestos and all kinds of nasty stuff, and put it in a watershed. Now the water would flow directly into the Bad River watershed and in through the Odana and the Bad River Reservation. And it's not a question of if it would somehow impact their hunting, fishing, and gathering. It is how much. And the pollution from that would not only affect the local Ojibwe that live east of Ashland, but also Lake Superior and surrounding Schwamigan Bay as well. It may not happen for a while, but it would happen. And that's something that I really would like to say, is that this thing, this taconite mine, I do believe in the rights of people working, miners that would have jobs. I don't think that's an issue, but it's not on the same level. The mining heritage that the folks in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan have was a different type of mining, and this mining is on a whole different level. It would be like saying something like, well, you could believe in hunting with a shotgun or a bow or a rifle, But if you went out hunting with an automatic weapon, high-powered, maybe a rocket launcher, that would be more appropriate. That wouldn't be hunting. So the fact that what they are doing, this mountaintop removal, is mining, is not mining. So with that, I think we need to take a step back and reaffirm that the rights that make the Ojibwe who they are just as important as the rights that we have as Americans and make who we are. So with that, I'll just shut up and say goodbye.